Hello, everybody, and greetings, adventurers of Vera. Welcome to Tavern Talk at the Golden Feather Tavern. We are Vertek and Chibi, keepers of this fine establishment. The Golden Feather Tavern is open to all travelers to come and share their thoughts on the inner workings of Vera over a nice tankard of ale, mead, hot chocolate, or any other delicious beverage of choice. So, raise your glass and pull up a chair as we delve into tonight's discussions. If I could speak words would be great. Today is the 28th of January, 2025, and we are on episode 035. Phase 2 updates are coming. And Chibi, how are you doing today, and what do we have on tap?
Doing pretty well. Thank God it's the Golden Feather Tavern. Oh, that's cute. Thank you.
Mm-hmm.
Doing pretty well. I have actually been working out again. You can't tell because I decided to wear all black, so you can't really see a whole lot. And I think I need to mute you before I hear a double of you. There we go.
No double knees.
And yeah, it's just one of those things. Today we're gonna talk about some updates coming to from PTR that's already to PTR. I missed you too, Thogly. Hello.
Thogly.
I don't think I forgot about you. I'm trying to make a video of me making my dwarf. I'm just gonna have to remake it because I was in the middle of making the video and then I forgot I was in BC, and then somebody else popped in and then I felt awkward because I forgot that I was in a BC.
Womp womp.
But there are a lot of PTR patch notes, and if you ever want to know, I highly am suggesting AOC Intel on Twitter if you use Twitter. They have a lot of patch notes that they shared out over there. So if you're not a part of the PTR and you're wondering what's coming, there you go. They share it out over there. But yeah, we're gonna kind of dive into that, talk about some of the experiences that Vertek and I had playing or testing the PTR updates this last week, and also some favorites or not so favorite changes coming from the PTR, especially in Vertek's case.
Yes.
Vertek a little bit sad.
Big sad.
But, sorry, that was my chair. If all of this sounds wonderful to you and you want to come and chit chat with us and you've been a guest of ours before, we welcome you into our live stream voice chat to come and chit chat with us. Otherwise, you are not alone. You are welcome here in our wonderful chat of chattiness and expressing your thoughts and opinions. And those of you that are restream crew that are watching this later, your thoughts in the comments below, I check those out. I'm usually more on top of them than I have been lately, but that's also because my boss just came back, so I'm finally not as busy as I used to be.
Hoo-ha.
We do have a Thogly that wants to join us in the tavern.
What? A Thogly?
Yeah.
Let's get him in here.
I'm gonna bring in a dwarf. Hello, dwarvenkin.
Hello.
How goes?
It goes good. I'm so glad to see you guys again.
So glad to see you too. Have you got a chance to test out PTR at all?
I have not. I've been extremely busy at work.
Oh,
that's fair. We gave up our time in the evenings to test PTR. Hello, Nuclear and Oracle. Hi.
Nuki. Hey, Oracle.
Nuki.
How's it going?
First and foremost, I want to say, especially since we have Thogly in here now, especially. So Intrepid put out Befallen Forge, and we know that is a Dunir ancient kind of like grassroots type of dungeon crawl. And for one, I want to know, Thogly, what did you think of Befallen Forge as a dwarf? I loved seeing all the runes everywhere, and I kind of wish Z was there to decipher them for me because I'm curious that they hold a secret.
I know what they say.
Ooh, you know what they say? What do they say?
I know what the runes say. So all the runes, when you look at them, it says strength in stone over and over again.
Okay.
Okay. Definitely a mountain dwarf thing, for sure.
Yeah. But yeah, that's
Absolutely.
definitely something that's cool that I learned.
Have you,
And then,
with your guild and whatnot, have
go
you
ahead.
gone through and actually even fought through there on the regular server?
So we haven't gone officially as a guild. We did the walkthrough with the video that we had whenever it was leaked, but we haven't been through there yet, and we actually plan on going through there this week.
Ooh, nice, nice.
Very fun. Like it. Now you guys are over on Vira?
Yeah.
Okay.
Which explains why you
wondering,
haven't
'cause
gone
there's,
in there
like-
yet.
Yes.
There's also on Lynette, there's a guild called the Junior Trading Company. I was just curious if that was like
No, that's
you happen to know
Tangent, I
them.
believe. That is the guild leader over there or something. Yeah, I know
Okay.
who they are.
Gotcha. Cool. Well, Ashes tweeted out earlier today. I had to figure out what today was, like 12 hours ago. Surprise! Hello.
Hello.
But they would tweet out some of our dungeons include tantalizing puzzles. What are your favorite video game puzzles that you have completed? And they show a video of the Befallen Forge puzzle to get the gate to come down. That was kind of fun. We were trying to do it, and I'm going to tell you, we figured it out, but I did not know that there was a bug. So I'm like, cool, we got it. Charge! And I start charging across the platform, and it killed me mid-platform.
Oh no.
So
Yep,
we were like,
yep.
oh, okay, let's maybe not do that one.
Bridge came down and then it didn't.
Yeah. And then I didn't. And there was a dead chibi pile of ash right there. But puzzles. I love puzzles. I used to actually play a lot. For those of you that are in our guild Nexus, my entry sound is Zelda. So I like to play a lot of Zelda games. And Zelda is known for puzzles. So yeah, needless to say, I like puzzles. But what about you guys?
I love them. I like going in and trying to figure them out, especially without any tips or tricks or suggestions from people.
Oh, Verteki won.
Hey, I'm a winner. See, and that's how I like to do puzzles. I like to win them
Rigged.
with plungers, no less. But yeah, the only kind of hints I like is when I'm in there with a group and the group is throwing out ideas.
Yeah. I don't know. One of my favorite things is trying to solve puzzles. I'm down to the type of personality where if I'm trying to solve a puzzle and you try to give me a hint, I'm gonna get a little bit mad at you because I wanted to solve that puzzle.
Yeah, I'm not a fan of a lot of puzzles. I like jumping puzzles, but that's about it.
See, that's the one puzzle I don't like. I don't like jumping puzzles. I'm not a fan just because I suck at them. So skill issue on my part. Oh my gosh.
It's all right.
Vertex over here
It's
trying to
entertaining for
roll
everybody else.
diplomacy roll on Lyat right now. Oh man, day one Destiny raids are so good with puzzles and combat. Yeah, see, I never did Destiny. I think Vertex got me into it for like a half a second, and then I was kind of not into it because I'm not super into the shooter types. But I do love a good puzzle.
Yeah, most of the Destiny puzzles I remember though were all jump puzzles. Like you gotta figure out how to get from one side of a map to the other, and there's this giant chasm in the middle, just random stuff floating around that you have to jump to and from.
Yeah. I'm gonna move this over to the main screen so I'm not looking over here so much. That being said, there are some really cool things coming out of the PTR. I don't know if you've had a chance to see them, Thogly, yet. But the desert was looking mighty fine, I might say myself.
I've heard that they did some updates to the desert.
Oh, yes. And there's
They
some
did,
questions
they
I
did.
have that they would not answer. I'm like, what's this? No answer. Oh, okay.
Silence.
But Thogly, what do you play again? A tank?
No, actually, so in phase 1 I was a fighter, but this
Okay.
phase, I decided to go mage because I'm really looking forward to the summoner. And so
Okay.
I wanted to try and see if like Mage and Summoner would have anything that was lined up. So trying to go
Ooh,
that route.
that makes sense. That makes sense.
You said mage?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Man,
So many
you're gonna be
people are
one of the
summoner.
hated people. One of the peoples that I dislike very much.
Oh, what?
Yes, yes, yes. Mage is OP. And they left them OP.
I'm so happy a little bit because they adjusted a little bit of cleric. They increased the healing for mend, but they decreased the healing for flash cure and increased the mana cost for flash cure. So I'm like, one gives more heals, yay, but the other one causes more cost of love of life. But there's also a mage update. I'm trying to find the mage update right now.
We got nerfed a little bit.
You did.
With the ball lightning and, you know, some of the things that we had before. So I'm glad that they did the update to give us more takes for the fire that we had. But yeah, we got nerfed pretty bad with this last update that we had, the major one.
Yeah. For example, Vertec, I don't know if you knew this, but their shatter was reduced from 300% to 225%.
Oh, you're talking about the one mage update that they had on the PTR update notes?
Yeah, for this most
Yeah.
recent. But then there's the other updates where they got nerfed previously too. But
I feel the salt from here, Vertec. Like,
Man, I'm just saying, when I can go in and I can feel like an actual tank to everything except for when a mage walks up and says, "What's up?" and I melt in like 3 seconds. Doesn't feel
we were
good.
having
And
a
then
whole discussion on this yesterday with Chappie because Chappie built himself for PvP, and he's like, "What are you talking about? I knew mages all the time." And Vertex like, "What are you talking about? You just saw me got like 2-tapped by a mage."
yeah.
So mage is your rock to your scissors, huh?
It is the rock to many scissors. It is the rock to many scissors.
Mage murders me too.
Wear more light armor. Man, I have, with my current setup, I think I have 45% magic damage reduction. If I were to put on and flip exactly from my physical to magic, it would be 65%. So it'd be half as much that I'm resisting, which means that instead of like, what, let's say 1,000, instead of taking 600 damage, I would take 400 damage. That's not a giant difference. So I would actually go from living, I actually counted it out. This mage did 5,707 damage to me in 4.8 seconds. That means I would have lived 6 seconds instead of 4.8 ish. I mean, that's a rough mathematic balance, but 2 tap to 3 to 2.5 tap is what that would do. Like, there's not that much of a difference.
Yeah. For me, it's kind of funny because I'm not really good at PvP. I don't really enjoy PvP that much. So I figured if anybody...
kidding me? Chibi, you are like the awesome healer that everyone loves to have around.
Maybe in PvE, yeah, but in PvP, I freak out so easily. But also it's one of those things where I die so quickly as well when I'm in PvP. And if anybody were ever to be like, "Oh, I killed you," I'd be like, "Yeah, you and like 1,000 other people. Congratulations." I'm not very good at this. Half tap sounds like a dwarven brewery. I actually like that, actually.
But yeah, you'll be happy to know that mage is not getting much of a bump down from what they were at.
Honestly, I don't think we really PvP'd when we tested on PTR, but there was definitely some changes, some nerfs coming to even tanks that Vertec
There's a lot
experienced.
there's a lot of ouch coming to tanks.
I don't think the tanks needed to be nerfed though. Like
That's our
that-
thoughts too. I don't think so.
They needed a
I
little
didn't
bit of
think-
buff and self-sustain, and I thought they felt decent.
yeah,
like
it was going
mage-
on a good trajectory there for a bit.
Yeah, mage
Also-
weakness notwithstanding.
Yeah. Also just one of those things where it's like we didn't know this until afterwards. Unfortunately, Vertec hadn't quite made us live yesterday fast enough for it, but apparently Planendorf was looking for bit footage of like Tinks being like two-shot by mages and Vertec
Yeah.
happened to get two-shot right before we went live, like officially.
Oh, it's everywhere. Like Tings getting two-shot by mages is something that I see constantly on Vira.
Yeah.
Well, also
Mages, like,
there's something going
feel
on with their little
extremely-
frost beam too.
Mm-hmm.
Their frost beam is kind of destroying people.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it gives a lot of damage output.
Mm-hmm.
Tanks need to wear their cloth, sounds like to me. Pockets like sounds like a tank problem.
Oi, oi, oi.
But also, for those of you that maybe are not super into the Christmas vibe that Vera had, I just wanted you to know, especially because I teasingly made fun of one of our new recruits for Dexus for essentially being a Christmas Karen. Effective immediately, all Santa hats, candy canes, Christmas trees, and all forms of Christmas cheer have been purged from Vera.
Have been
when
purged.
it makes itself to like live. But as of the PTR notes, yes, that has been purged. The snow, I think I still saw some snow in some places. I don't remember quite, but they did add some really cool pocket dungeons. And I did see some new events happening out in the desert, and that's super exciting. I don't know, Vertec. I can talk more on like the gatherable side because that's what I paid attention to. But are there any updates that you saw on the PTR to the desert that you are kind of excited about?
Oh, to the desert itself? I need to
Mhm.
look back through here and dig, to be honest. Just the fact that it's getting updates is exciting, but as far as
Yeah.
anything specific standing out, not necessarily.
So, to be fair to tanks, I get two-shot by a light jog. Oh no. You're getting more
mean-
dungeons. Yes.
Let's see, yeah, they're getting the pocket dungeons, and there's going to be actual things to gather out there. One of which is going to be at least one of the mules, one of the mule type creatures.
Oh,
Mhm.
finally.
the
Yeah.
anteater mule type.
At least if I recall correctly. Let me look it back up. But yeah, the Day Strider, the really tall
Yeah, I think
anteater
that's what it
looking
was
thing.
called. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So
That's
I
what it was
saw
called.
that.
I think that was one of the mule creatures. I think.
I did
believe
not
so.
get a chance to tame it, but it was definitely there. Also, I don't know if they have mule capabilities in yet, but it might be one of the first steps.
Yeah, Day Strider and Moon Strider. The pocket dungeons,
Ooh.
Lyat, they're basically just small dungeons, like very, very small dungeons. Think, like
If
half
you-
the size of a node or smaller, like what the current node size is, the village stage. Like, yeah, it's still open world. It's just you run in and there's a small or a medium size like circuit or little cavern area or something that you could go in and explore for a quick minute and spend some
Yeah.
time in there. Like a little
If you-
farming space where maybe 2 or 3 groups could hang out at.
If you've
Yeah.
tested so far, think of something more like Halls of Judication, Ursine Caves, the this one's outdoors, but like the Coralock area, something like that size. Just
A single
small little
floor of
pocket
Carfin.
enemies.
Is it probably like you guys remember in phase 1 that little dwarven like kind of dungeon looking thing that was I think it was a cemetery thing? I don't remember. It was like a tomb.
Unfortunately, the only thing I really remember from like Alpha 1 is the cave where you picked the flowers, and if you didn't read your quest well, you died.
Mhm. Yeah,
yeah.
That's what I remember.
Yeah, it's basically it's big enough for like 2 parties to go in on the small end of them. and 4 parties maybe. But that's if the party isn't really moving and running around a lot and just kind of grabbing a couple spawns at a time.
Yeah. By the way, Lyat, the Coral Lock thing is like a level 4 thing. I found that out because we were testing it yesterday. We were like, oh, where should we level? We went over to Coral Lock, like a bunch of level 4s and 5s. I was like, oh.
Funny you say that, Lyat. One of the pocket dungeons we bumped into was around a level 10, I believe it was.
Yep. Absolutely. Like, and
I think 10 to 13.
Yeah, and with our alts being out there, we'd be able to help you level up in that dungeon because I love this. So that was the other thing that I'm so excited about is like these pocket dungeons. They have a couple of variety of levels options and out in the desert, and I really like that. It's really nice to see more lower level stuff come out to that area. And I think Planendorf even mentioned something about wanting to make it more worthwhile to go out there. And so kind of bringing it over to the other side is, I mean, there were at least 3 new gatherables that I noticed for sure. One of them is, I forgot what the name of the plant is. You use it when you get like a sunburn, I think.
Aloe?
I think it is aloe vera or something kind of like that.
Yeah,
but there were these spiky
like
plants on the ground. And that was one of the new harvestables that was specific to the desert. And then another one was one of the palm trees. And it was also something palm. So it is the palm trees. And then the mining node was sandstone, which is basically like the granite of the desert, if you will.
Yeah, there was the date palm. One was acacia. The 2 plants actually, not aloe, but agave. Agave is what it was.
Agave. It was close. And I remember it being an A.
Poppy,
but I didn't see any poppy out there.
Yeah, apparently somebody else did.
Oh, okay. I gotta look harder. Gotta figure out where this poppy is. I saw a bunch of purple crystals, but I couldn't do anything with it.
Something about sand in the beer just doesn't want to make me go out there.
Yes, yeah.
Agave is
I know
tequila,
what agave is, yeah. But in terms of alchemy, you can make some new stuff with that, specifically like bringing in things that are only found in certain areas. This goes back to the whole, if you're in the Riverlands and you want a particular type of item, you're gonna have to travel to other parts of the world for those items. But I also didn't check to see if that was only available in a alchemy table in the desert or if it was available all over the place and you just needed to get your hands on that plant. And if that's the case, I know what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna like make myself a little merchant and like bring stuff everywhere. And the other cool thing is for alchemy specifically, because those are the 2 things that I focus on, herbalism and alchemy. I can make poisons now when this PTR comes to update comes to prod or like the live servers.
Ooh,
oh, did you confirm that? Because
yeah.
I know that was one of the questions that was actively not answered when you asked it. I found scorpion poison sacks. What are they used for? ...
No, I know what they're used for. I want to know what the poison's used for. What do you do with the poison? That's what I want to know.
Okay.
But yes, you do need scorpion bits to make the poison for alchemy, and I believe it's a T1 thing you can do. So I'm really excited. I think they're gearing up for rogue with that because I'm pretty sure rogue is something to do with the poisons.
Yeah,
Makes
that's
sense.
what I was thinking. Is I know that Nice did a video about some things that he had heard. And so I'm thinking poisons might be something that rogue can apply.
Yeah, that would be really, really cool. So if nothing else, I'm going to try and stock up on some poisons and then maybe see once rogue comes out what that's going to look like. Try giving it to a rogue and be like, what does this do? I must know.
What does it do?
There are a lot of updates coming to Bard and some updates for mounts, including improved sound effects for various enemies and mounts, fixed a bug preventing mounts from jumping up if against a wall. Updated a variety of mounts to include much more detailed descriptions on them, and added audio to the swimming, sprinting, and running, which I don't know if you noticed, but the sprinting icon had changed recently. And my other favorite, this isn't even PTR, this is live. I don't know if you noticed, but if you're hanging out in the middle of town or like by some trees, they added some extra like nice little extra audio. Like in the town, you hear people like talking and like buying stuff essentially. And then if you're out and about, you hear like the birds chirping and things like that. Those were really nice touches.
I like
in-game audio a lot, so that definitely, that was definitely new. And that's not even a PTR update, that's already a live update, so I'm pretty excited about that.
I dig it. Any atmospheric stuff and like ambient audios always get me happy.
Yeah. Oh, question, because you fish. I don't know if you fished yet, Oakley, but Vertec, when you fish, is there like the ambient sound of like you casting a line or anything?
I don't recall there being one, if I'm honest. But usually when I was doing fishing, I had like a video or something going.
Gotcha. I know when I harvest, there's like the sound of the sickle going.
Yeah, my time spent fishing is usually when I have like some paperwork to do, or I have something I'm trying to watch, like somebody sent me a video that I need to check out or something like that. Fishes for compliments, absolutely. There's always some ambient sound with that. Yeah, well, thank you.
Oh my gosh. You want to hear some freehold updates?
Do it.
Ooh.
So Glee, do you guys have a freehold?
No. It
I want
makes
one
me
too.
so mad.
We're sad that we don't have one either. It's okay. We'll be the freehold list crew over
I
here.
know. It's so horrible because we're like we can't progress that much more until we have the next tier of wood.
Yeah.
And it's just once it goes on the market, it gets bought out right away, and it's just like, well, we can't do anything.
Yeah. I tried our best to get us a freehold. Unfortunately, we weren't able to get gold fast enough for that. So, you know,
they were all sold out.
Yeah, they were all sold out. Like by the day I was starting to possibly get geared up for it, they were gone. But some freehold updates include updated the dialogue for the freehold well tutorial, which I didn't know there was even a tutorial. I kind of walked up to one. It was like, do you want to buy this? Yes or no? And you put yes, you're like, sorry, you're too poor. You can't buy this. And I'm like, oh, okay.
Or we walk up to it and they go, sorry, already sold. Oh, okay, thanks. Thanks.
My favorite, because I tried this already, right? Added an interactable bed to the freehold houses that give a buff. That's the PTR
cool.
update. Yeah. And I'm excited for that because I was trying to see if I could like interact with the bed at all. No,
Are you trying
but
to
now
sleep
we can.
in someone else's bed, Chibi?
No, it
Oh my
wasn't cold
goodness.
yet. I was I was doing the test it before you buy it method, and then I couldn't even buy it, so I just
This
walked
bed is
out
too
of
soft.
freehold list.
There you go. Yeah, that makes
exactly.
sense.
I was shopping around before they were all taken, and then of course, you know, I respected people's privacy when they bought it. Definitely did not go through anybody's house.
You know, it's like going to the mattress store. You have to go jump on the bed, right?
We got really lucky to get one. Nice. BTTC, awesome. They added freehold storage chests. And when accessing the storage from a freehold, characters should no longer be able to purchase material tabs and item chunks. I don't know what an item chunk is, but you can't buy them now.
I'm guessing it's like extra squares for your backpack. Where you store
Probably,
items
yeah.
instead of like the material tab.
But this brought me over to what
Excuse me.
Pockets is talking about earlier, because I asked, what feature are you most anticipating in the coming updates? And Pocket says, I'm currently disappointed that farming is gate kept with freeholds. It is the only artisan that has no value and apprentice level. and it requires you to own a freehold to benefit from it. I anticipated a better feel for this system, or a way for all to be able to participate with it. And I was asking for more elaboration, because I don't know if you knew this, but you can definitely do like apprentice level things at the farming station if the farming station was upgraded. But yeah, if they add the families, I'll add you to ours and Vera, so you can play. Aw, thank you, Muscles. We'll have to make characters over there, because Chaffee was nice enough to come over to us, and we were able to play together on Lineth. So Vertec and I might need to make characters over there. Who knows? Let us know if you'd be curious about us making our thoughts on Lineth versus Vira firsthand. Our experience of leveling.
Don't do it.
Go from Candyland to the world of murder.
It's pain.
Don't do it. Look, I'm saying, as a guild leader over on Myra, it's phase like
tough.
The first phase to this one, day and night, is really difficult. And the politics. Oh my gosh, there's so much drama. There's so many things going on all the time. It's rough. It's really rough.
Yeah, we were talking to Chaffee about that. We're like, we're trying to do that like friendly thing. We're like, oh, that's my friend. Don't attack them. But then our friend ends up attacking us because it's a game.
Yeah, exactly.
You're like, man, if I hadn't told us not to attack you, we would have gotten the jump. But no, we were trying to be nice. You didn't want to play nice.
Yeah, we had the same thing happen to us, where we got attacked just because we weren't part of the same node as a group of friends that we were friends with in the first phase. So it was like, what the hell?
Yeah, it's funny.
Boy, it's craziness. It's craziness.
Let's see. The guilds have generally applied buffs to the guild skill tree and performed a balance pass for guild experience. So guild XP is coming soon, TM. Super excited for that.
Yay!
They added a new guild commodities vendor. And there's apparently a hunting elixir, which I guess gave non-hunting related stats. So that's no longer giving non-hunting related stats.
Nice.
And yeah.
I was gonna say, I can just imagine buying a hunting elixir and it gives you like, I don't know, wood chopping speed.
That'd be kind of funny, actually. I've never done tanning, but apparently they reduced the max batch size for tanning to 50. But I mean, that's also a lot of fur to be tanning.
Yeah,
and, marketplace layouts are now available for Node at stage 2.
Stage 2?
Not stage 3. So with the node leveling from like going from wilderness to like a little encampment to like a little crossroads, at the crossroads you are now getting marketplace, which I think is super important, because that helps you be able to give the node more XP kind of sooner. Because otherwise, before then, you're kind of stuck going out to either staying in Lionhold or the Samia's Hope, or going out to Briarmore Farms, or I guess there's like another area to the west where Textile Mill is, and like doing your crafts out in those directions. So adding this earlier, I think, means that we'll be able to give more XP to a node a little faster. And if people would prefer to spend their days in the node early, at like stage 2, doing crafting things, then so be it. That's awesome. Love it. Here's the question. Do you think with that they're gonna adjust anything to do with what player level you have to be for adventuring level to engage with the marketplace? Or do you think they'll keep that at 10?
Personally, I'd imagine still keep it at 10.
I could see that.
I don't know. I mean, I could see them lowering it to 5, but like, especially if they're going to do it for level 2 node, like, I could see them lowering it a little bit.
See, the only reason I say that, the reason I say I think it'd be better keeping it at 10 is because once you get to level 10, there's nothing that you had up to that point that you're ever going to want again, outside of like if you chop down some trees or whatever. But like all the random gear drops and whatnot, like legitimately nobody wants those unless you found a legendary level 0 item somehow.
Fair.
But at the same time, like allowing it at a lower node level would mean that people traveling around would be able to sell their wares at you know, newly formed and possibly growing social centers.
But they've also improved visual effects for a variety of NPC abilities, which this one's kind of a big one because if you've ever stood in grass and had a zombie attack you, you let me know if you can differentiate the zombie ick from the green of the grass, because it's hard sometimes.
Well, if I stand there long enough, I'll tell you.
I'll tell you, yeah.
I just noticed the ticks going down in my health bar.
You're like, oh no, what's happening? Which honestly, that was one of my favorite fixes as a healer. Once they fixed that problem with the Carfin or the zombie bug in general, where it was killing people instead of reducing their healing, it made it way more like enjoyable to go and explore Carfin, because I didn't have to worry about possibly murdering my party on accident. Because sometimes I would cast. Sometimes I would cast like like the communal restoration, and that would be the thing that like was the last tick for someone.
Secretly, what it was is she was really trying to save the money for the freeholds, and anything was fair game.
Gosh. No. Found a legendary poop once. Yeah, we had a friend that joined us find a legendary poop, and then he died and he lost it. And he finally found another one, and then he died and lost it again. And I was just like, you're not meant to have that, friend. I'm sorry. But I was asking Proctes because he's a tanner leather worker. I don't know if you have any in your guild, Thogly, but I've been trying to get better quality fat, and it's really hard. So somebody was teasing me yesterday for going squirrel over epic fat, but I'm like, the fact that epic fat existed somewhere was just shocking to me, because all we could ever find are blue, and you know, you're lucky if you can get anything higher than blue for hunting to get the better fat. So I'm like, how did you get that? Did your hunter proc and then you proc as the tanner? Like, how did you get purple? Were you just that lucky?
Yeah, we have a couple, but yeah, trying to get that above blue is just, even blue is just horrible. Like, we've got a lot of green. Not rare. Not rare.
Yeah.
I mean, I found a legendary moonbell once. It dropped off a person that was attacking us in the tropics.
Oh, nice. That is actually very helpful for I'm learning more than just your artisan shirts, but primarily artisan shirts. So that's really cool. I've got 20 rare at the moment. Nice. Let's see, what else have they... Oh yes, I saw them tease this. The remnants of Civilian. They're doing some graphical updates in that area.
Yeah, I'm curious what the
really
updates
excited. I think they did a little sneak peek. Do you want me to share you a tweet that I saw?
Ooh, yes, do.
Okay, let me go find it. Because I mean, if you guys weren't like us, we kind of lived in the remnants of Civilian from like 12 to 20.
Well, level 8 is when we started down there.
Fair.
In the one little side area, and then we went up to like level 12 or 13, and then we went to one of the main areas and took it slow, and then we just started devouring the place until like level 18 or something.
So they posted this yesterday. They said, a word on the caravan trail is that the remnants of Civilian is getting a visual update soon, and I shared it out to YouTube and Twitch.
Okay.
Check out the sneak peek and let us know what you think. And they included a couple, like I think 4 images, and it's looking pretty nice.
Looking spiffy for sure. Hey, I know that place.
And
I know that
sorry,
place.
Falco, I'm just calling you out here. Falco says it's looking crispy. The chicken is seasoned.
I love it.
That's funny.
Oh, see, now I want wings
Oh,
again.
my love.
Falco, how dare you? How dare you?
Yes, we all blame Falco at this point. But yes. They're also making a bunch of UI updates. I don't want to share too much of what's coming, but some major things are like, you know, your character will be better centered. And they apparently fixed a bug with the gender buttons on the race tab, not properly changing gender in the appearance tab.
Whoopsie.
I didn't realize that was happening, but I can't wait for them to kind of update more of the character creator, because as soon as the character creator is like really fleshed out, I cannot wait to just play with it, honestly.
Same. I tinkered around a little bit with the stretchy part of the character creator.
Yeah.
Looks like they've made it a little bit better there.
Yeah, and I think also the tattoos are working a little bit better too. There's some fun parts where I was playing around with the character creator early, like pre-alpha, and let's just say I ended up bald when I wasn't trying to be bald.
Oh my gosh. You lost your hair.
Basically. Will male armor meshes still give you large tracts of land? Maybe.
The most land.
We'll see. I don't know if you... So, like, I traded armor pieces with a guy, and he just didn't want to talk after that, because it definitely gave his character, like, as Lyat said, tracts of land. It's okay, Procties. I'm over here leveling as a Vec. Not that there's anything wrong with Vec. There is something wrong with Empyrean, so I refuse to level as an Empyrean. No hate to like the other elven races. I just, you know, they're snooty and I don't like them, and I'd rather stick with my woodland folk. But that's not coming until phase 3. So, you know, I'm kind of wondering, I'm expecting to have to re-level everything in phase 3, even if they don't give us fresh servers, which I don't know. Hot take, I kind of hope they give us fresh servers to test in phase 3.
Yeah, I wouldn't complain. Wouldn't complain at all. Give us another chance to practice the start from nothing.
Yeah. I think it would be nice because, I mean, they got a lot of data from the previous wipe, but with all of these size increases to the land, I'm curious to see how it would play out if they had fresh data again with the same amount of people.
But
which they would do a fresh
size?
start this week. I'm just saying everything here has to do with size, I guess.
I mean, that's true. That's fair. That's fair. But also, if they end up by the time like phase 3 comes around, if they actually get a lot of the quests working, it'd be real nice to get mass feedback on the questing system.
Yes.
And how the quests are set up and how they're working.
Actually, while you guys are here in chat, what are your thoughts? I kind of wanted to make a video on me going through the different quests and seeing which quests worked and bug reporting the ones that don't, and just going through as like, instead of grinding mobs, just doing the quest and seeing how that feels. Because that's my preferred playstyle anyway, is doing the quest.
I'm so looking forward to not having to stand and hit the same mob over and over again for hours.
Yeah. As much as I'm used to it now, I kind of am really upset that I'm used to it.
Yeah. Yeah. Here's some cool things on the topic of quests. They fixed various quests that were previously unable to be completed in the PTR, and they're adding additional quests along the new Ayla path. They also enhanced a variety of quests with added dialogue for better context and exposition. And honestly, I totally interrupted Vertec when he was showing me how to get the shiny blue medallion when you first get in the game, but I did not realize there was voice acting in the game. Like the voiceover things. I was just like, ooh.
Yeah. There's a little
That
bit.
made me
a
really
little bit.
excited. Oh yeah, that would be really cool. Eric Kennel says, hope they have full MSQ and a quest chain for each class and profession. I think that'd be really cool. I like the entry to getting your tools, but it would be really cool if there was like something special for getting like apprentice, where you do like a quest and it helps you figure out like how to get the materials or whatever. And then that gives you the basic. So if you want like a higher quality, you can go out and mine the stuff yourself, but that at least unlocks the basic for you. I think that would be cool.
You know, honestly, just make it so that all of level 9 to 10 is, you know, a quest line that you have to go do to get that last level unlock, and then the promotion.
Oh, especially because like level 9, I mean, at least artisan, I think is the same per level. I haven't noticed, especially doing what I've been doing, which is a lot of the processing. I process so much at once that I blow through the levels. But with the adventuring, like that 9 to 10 hump is pretty big. Real quick, Pockets Art says some of you didn't grind in Ragnarok Online to get to level 90 plus in the early 2000s, and it shows. I don't play grind games. I've played games that grind, but I don't like them.
See, that's the problem, Pockets, is that I did take part in stuff like that, which is why I absolutely despise it now. I absolutely despise games where you have to grind a level. Like it kills my soul. It's one of the few things that will chase me away from a game super fast.
Paranout says, I disagree. Only grinding all the time. 0 quests needed. But you know what? I think you should be able to choose your playstyle. I mean, obviously there's the overarching storyline quest that you should probably partake in. But if you want to grind, let them grind. But also, I mean, I'm just saying, I don't know, don't sleep on the quest, especially early on. There's a quest that gives some pretty decent gear.
Here's a hot take for you.
Okay.
A little hot take for you. Make it to where whether you're grinding or questing, the experience is the same. So it's just based off of what your personal choice is on what way you want to gain the experience.
I could see something like that. I don't know how they would make that work, but I could see something like that.
We'll see. Yeah, the only thing I'd be curious about with that, though, is going to end up being, should you make the main story quest be mandatory in order to unlock certain things or to get to a certain point in the game, or
I think yes.
To get access to certain systems?
I think yes. Because, I mean, it gives more context to those systems, in my opinion.
What do you think there, Thorgly?
I kind of agree, yes. But if I do agree yes to that, to unlock certain things, I also want to look at it from the other side of the view, where those who don't enjoy quests, like, they are able to get something like that that's equal, but on a grindy scale. Like, if they want to really grind and not have to do quests, make something kind of equivalent to that, to where that grind is felt, but it doesn't just automatically cut them out of, being able to experience that.
So the main story quest, instead of like go to this town and talk to this guy who then you have to find his daughter to save his daughter, and then because you saved his daughter he gives you a valuable family heirloom, and then also finishes another part of the other quest to send you back to a town, and now you've unlocked a service in a town or what have you. Instead of something like that, it's, hey, go slay 100 wolves for us, stranger.
I would say more like 1,000 wolves, but
1,000 wolves for a stranger. Yeah, that's what I said. And then when you come back, they're like, you've unlocked this service for the town. Now get out of here and go hunt some I don't know, dinosaurs.
I don't know. Like, now that you say that out loud, I could see botters trying to find a way to gamify that and make it to where they don't have to quest. So
yeah,
good old fetch quest pass 1,000 wolves. I want 100,000 wolves.
Yeah, the grinding thing. I think the main story quest, in order to unlock certain features, certain this and that and the other. Yeah, Paranaut says 100,000 wolves. I think that's always a good idea. If nothing else, just to get people involved in the game and kind of understanding what's going on, like the world around the world. Make it kind of all make sense and feel like they belong in the world. But say out of 50 levels, maybe only 10 of them are going to be gained from like main story quest. And the other 40 could be from basically anything. If you go out and you just full chop down trees for the first 5 years of gameplay, you're going to get level 40. And then the last 10 levels you can get from adventuring through the main story quest. Yeah. Either way, give them some alternate ways of getting some experience up. I mean, even getting things like some arenas and whatnot, so you could go and PvP your way up through the levels at least a little.
Yeah. Actually, if you kill 1,000 wolves, I'll upgrade the rarity of a crafting item for you. I mean, hey.
All right, wolves, let's go.
And time
I guess I'll put on different
rarity.
Yeah. Oh no. Layat says that the quest need more than just XP and money rewards. They either need to give neat loot you can't otherwise get or provide cool lore and story, the latter of which you can't really do in the alpha. Absolutely, not at least until the betas. Muscle says, I like to grind, I don't like to quest, but I think there should be quests that give good XP for the questers to keep up with the grinders, and I think so as well. That being said, don't sleep on those events, guys. Especially early on, those events give a lot of XP for doing them. Let's see. Well, they said if you affect an area by grinding, let's say 100 wolves in the area, giant wolf will attack, etc., etc. events. Yeah, I think not all of them will be like that, but definitely some of them will be like that. I think it'd be really cool to see some like artisan reaction events as well, like if you chop down too many trees, or you know, they did kind of hint at that, you know, like if you mine enough rocks by a mountain, you upset the dragon that was living in it.
Yeah, if you upset the balance of nature.
Not to the mines. But yeah, I think
smog will come eat you.
Interacting with the world, you know, in general, I think that'd be really cool. Just, I don't know. No, Asmoran should have been eaten by Fenris at this point, given I spent 3 days murdering every slate wolf within 5 square kilometers. Was the tree ant thing in Don't Starve? It sounds familiar. I don't know. I think it's just a typical lore item.
Yeah, I think there was a tree ant of some kind.
I also didn't play Don't Starve. I think we have Don't Starve together, but I've never gotten to play that with you. Did we just spend thousands of mats in 9 weeks for some journeyman stations just to be destroyed with node wars next week? I mean... Or you could look at it in terms of maybe if you're lucky, the node getting sieged is the one that's causing you to not be able to progress.
Or because you had money saved up for... You and your guild had money saved up for a freehold and there wasn't one available in all of the world. But there's this node you all dislike. You could certainly take it down and increase your node's level, and therefore opening up more freeholds nearby your node. But of course it wouldn't be just because of greed of wanting a freehold. It just happens to coincidentally happen that way.
I don't know what happened, sir. Miralith just kind of fell, and I don't know why.
Something happened.
And I just happened to get a freehold out of it.
It tripped, fell, landed all broken down. I don't know.
That being said, though, if that update does come to live by the time they do the node war, that means that by the time whatever node gets sieged, by the time it hits level 2, we'll start seeing the marketplace kind of coming into play again pretty quickly.
Yeah.
And I'm
Speaking of
curious to
which,
see how they handle the citizens that lose their node after that, though.
yeah, speaking of which, one of the changes, they added a spin-up phase for Guild Wars
Yes.
in PTR. So it's not an instant, like, they declare war on you and then they jump out of the trees at half of your guild fishing on the river.
Oh
Poor
my gosh, I have
guildies.
a story. So
Yeah?
Oh, story time with
That-
Dogly. Tell us.
that actually happened. There are quite a few of our guildmates in Jova in the node that we're in, and because they didn't like that, its system isn't in yet. Emperor, the current mayor of Jova, war decked did the node war against Halcyon, and in Halcyon they have Nova Ordum. Well, I think it was a day or two later. I think it was the next day actually. Nova Ordum came over to our node, and a lot of their folks were in the node, and they war decked and wiped everyone out that was near the storage and the traders and everything instantly. It was just like, what the heck?
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
All right,
Yeah.
here's my question. Have you done caravans?
Oh yeah, we've done a lot of caravans.
Okay. What is your perspective on being able to still attack somebody miles or leagues away from the caravan event itself? Because
No,
I'm not
I
a
hate it.
fan.
I hate it.
Yeah.
I think that if you are going to be part of the attack or defense of the node, that it should be a proximity thing around that caravan. And the minute you step outside of it, that you're no longer able to engage with attacking or defending those people who declared. But that should be
Yeah.
only from the attacker side. Like defenders, I think they should always have the upper hand being the defenders because they're taking a lot of risk with the caravan.
Mm-hmm.
Attackers outside of that caravan proximity area, once they leave that, like, then they're not attackers anymore.
Right.
I'm just saying, it'd be a really cool thing to add to caravans under a carriage compartment that holds 5 people.
We talked about this, I think, on Saturday.
Yeah, use it for smuggling people across borders, or use it for stashing extra defenders. So you can lure attackers into a trap and you can take them down when they jump you.
I mean,
Do you
like
think
extra
corrupted
dwarves.
players should be able to hide in there?
Yeah.
Not open, not accessible to corrupted players. You just imagine a corrupted person trying to hide out in a caravan. Or if they did end up including that, you burn down the caravan just for the corrupted person to kind of pop up out of nowhere. Poor corrupted
Yeah.
person shouldn't have hidden.
Womp womp.
I can't wait until the caravan driver is not able to be down so quick and targeted,
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
because that's rough.
Yes, the caravan
The
horse.
caravan Trojan horse. Yes.
The Trojan van.
No. Oh my gosh. Give me caravans with turret seats. Little mounted scorpion ballista.
Scorpion
Oh my
ballista.
gosh.
I love it.
Can
I
you
love it.
imagine like shooting out little scorpion stingers?
Well,
I
what if
mean,
they had-
Steven said there wouldn't be gunpowder. He said nothing about rubber band projectile scorpion stingers.
right? What if they had the group mounts that they're supposed to add later?
Mhm.
What if some of those had mounted weapons on them that
Oh
could
my
act
gosh.
as like mobile
Power World
defense?
I like
You
it.
know,
I like it a
How
lot.
world meets Ashes.
Oh yeah, you
You
should
know?
see a hippo. The hippos.
Hmm?
There's the hippo mount that we saw on the PTR. It was all like done up royal like.
Mhm.
You may not have been near us, Chibi. I think you were off doing herbalism stuff.
No, it possibly could have been that one time where I died and then went all the way back to Lionhold because I didn't get a chance to get the.
Womp womp. Yeah, it was
Hawkins is
it was
I
like
actually want that.
a hippo, probably about the length of a horse, but I mean, you know, a hippo size in comparison to horses, right? It looked roughly the same, but it had a big old like grand like princely covering over the top of it, and I hadn't seen that one before, but it was actually pretty damn spiffy.
Okay.
It goes
I'm
okay on
excited.
land, fast in the water.
Honestly, I think I kind of enjoy the variety that they're offering with the mounts, where you can have like faster water speed, faster land speed, faster both speed, kind of like more like medium both speed, but faster than the previous tier.
Yeah.
But something that Oracle the White said yesterday that I thought was kind of curious is like, what if there's mounts that you can only use on like ice, for example? Like if when winter comes and the lakes freeze over, like for example, a giant hippo probably is not gonna be able to go across the ice without breaking it because they're heavy, but something small and light might be able to. Elias says, a scorpion ballista is just a large crossbow. The Romans used to use them. It's absolutely period appropriate. Oh, I didn't know that. What about blow darts? Scorpion blow darts?
I can take that. That's easy peasy. Not a whole lot of technology required in that either.
There's no technology, yeah. Just stick with hole in it, scorpion stinger, and mouth. A
tube and a naturally grown thumbtack.
Yep. Yeah, there's a lot more that I don't want to share because there's some really cool stuff that I just want you guys to experience. But those were some of the highlights of some stuff coming out, and they've been doing a lot of bug hunting. I can say from our experience of being on PTR, we were asked to look for certain bugs or try to get a certain material to drop by spending some time. And after a period of time, we like reported back, and then Planendorf would like bring us to the next area. We'd spend some time there. I loved Planendorf's multiple alts. We had Spammendorf and a few others that sold like all the items necessary to make high quality tools and things like that. So
yeah. I think people like the little pocket dungeons. They're cool. Little spots you can just pop in real quick and have your own little grind area and move on.
I agree with you. I could easily see at least two groups there per like pocket dungeon, maybe even 3 if they're on the larger side of the pocket dungeon.
Yeah, I mean, I could see 4.
Everything respawns too.
Like in the one that we kept getting blown up in. That one I could see legitimately 1, 2, 3, 4. I could see 5 groups kind of like hanging around in their own little localized area.
Yeah. So Thogli, is there anything that you're looking forward to with the upcoming updates?
Guild stuff.
That
has been such a pain. I know that when Steven streamed, he talked about guild warehouses on his stream, along with I don't know if it's going to be upcoming or if it's going to be in February. He didn't give an exact date, but I can't wait to actually get guild perks and or attribute that to more guild, because it has been such a pain having guild. The amount of people.
Oh, you're cutting out a little bit there.
Oh no. Can you hear me now?
Yeah.
Okay.
That's better.
It's been a pain getting multiple guilds going and verifying folks.
Yeah.
The biggest question is, do you think you would go for an increase in guild size or some of the other guild perks for them being smaller?
I'm of the mind currently that I want all of our dwarves to rep our guild name for this testing phase cycle. We might see if... What's up?
So you're taking the Smurf angle.
Yeah.
1001 1001 knee-high creatures running around.
Yeah. So this testing, like whenever we are able to get our hands on it, I'm gonna try and just do it to where everyone's in one guild. We'll see how that works for us. But then I also have, if we need to, we could split it up in 3 different guilds, 4 different guilds to get all the perks. So we'll see how it works out.
Yeah, for sure. Paranaut says the guild system is something that he's looking forward to, and smaller equals better for the guild size.
Yeah, sounds dwarf fun to explore.
Yeah. And then Laya is listing out all the options that, so yeah, scorpions, oxybeels, polybeels, ballista. Also, we're supposed to be getting siege engines for node sieges. I wouldn't mind some of those being living siege weapons. There you go. A giant insect scorpion could be cool. Imagine that punching through your gate instead of a ram. Or heck, have an actual ram hitting your gate. I'm just saying. I don't know if you've fought one of those beetles in the desert. Those things hit hard.
Oh wow, though they hurt.
I think it would be so cool to be able to make them like the living siege weapons. I could see something like that for sure.
I think it'd be cool to be on a giant scorpion riding over the side of a wall, like a castle wall. Just reaching up and just grabbing really people off the top and throwing them down.
Aren't they supposed to be like adding some sort of like mounted combat eventually?
Yeah.
That'd be really, really cool to see as well. But just the idea of riding a scorpion. I remember when I was playing Rogue in World of Warcraft, I definitely chose the scorpion for my mount because it felt very rogue-like. Loved running around in WoW as a rogue on a scorpion. Just, it was fun. I liked it. Monster token options, yes. I could totally see myself choosing a couple of those for monster tokens. But can you believe we've already been live for an hour? It's crazy.
It's bananas. Time she does fly.
It does. Penumbra says, I think it'd be cool to not have 2 of my bank storage tabs get deleted. Yeah, if you remove citizenship, it's kind of ouch. I wish that any that you buy, you got to keep, but whatever you got from being a citizen went away. Because I thought I bought 2 of them, but I guess I only bought 1.
Yeah, I bought I was in Halcyon at the Pirate Zone, and I bought all 3 of the upgrades, and when I changed citizenship, I lost 2 of them.
Yeah, because that's not how it's supposed to work. Like, you're not supposed to lose all the items that are there. You just lose access to them. At least that's how it worked in phase 1.
Well, I cleared out all my items just because I didn't want to take the chance. I cleared them all out.
Yeah.
Got them out of there.
Pocket Star says guild leveling, so when you get war decked, you don't just leave your guild.
Yeah, exactly.
And in MMO, thank you for the follow. Also for you, Solavino. Yes. But yeah, I think there's a lot of interesting stuff coming. A raid!
Oh my goodness.
From Dusty.
Hello, Dusty and friends.
Hello.
Welcome on in. Grab a chair, grab a seat, grab a drink. Join the conversation. What did you folks do tonight? And how was your stream? I saw you were covering, it was one of the really old streams. One of the really old videos you were covering there, Dusty. I can't remember what it was now for some reason, but yeah, it was like, it had to be like 3 or 4 years old.
Meta played Dark and Darker. Big raid, we need to have a war then. Oh no wars in the tavern. We welcome our tavern raiders. Think of it more like a ball. Oh, okay, that kind of war, that's acceptable.
Okay, that one's fine. That one's fine.
I was like, think of it like a tavern crawl. A drinking war, sure. Well, that's what we'll call the battle of the King of the Hill, or the battle of the hill.
It's just a dwarven drinking party. That's all.
It's a dwarven drinking party.
Yeah. We still got to get this thing customized to actually be like a tavern brawl.
Yes, that would be so nice. Penumbra says, I lost 2 of my 4 storage tabs at the last rest yesterday. Nothing to do with changing citizenships. That usually means that you lost your citizenship. If you lost that much of it. I don't know. But by the way, welcome in, Dusty. He's watching the old Monster Coin video. Ooh.
Okay,
we were
okay,
just
okay.
talking about Monster Coin. Dusty, if you were to enter into our tavern as a Monster Coin boss, which Monster Coin boss would you be? Just curious.
I think the one that personally, I think the one that they showed back around that
Ugly's
time
the
was
winner.
the like the spider lady one.
Oh yeah, I remember.
I think they called her was a brood mother.
I think so. That sounds right.
That'd be kind of a neat one.
Yeah, I can see it.
Ugly's the number
I
one
honestly
fan.
loved seeing the one where Steven and one of the other mods were the... I don't know what they are, but it gives me Vecna vibes. In the Tower of Carthan. That was really cool to see.
Oh yeah, the ancients.
I think I'd freak out if that actually came at me though.
Right? Oh my gosh, Pockets.
Yes.
So-
yes, Lyat.
We were running around fighting things, and somebody in our party ended up calling one of those in the Befallen Forge. It was a chirurgeon or something like that. He called it a churro surgeon, and that stuck with me to this day. Like every time I see thaumaturge, chirurgeon, any of those, I just think churro surgeon.
I just
And it
imagine
makes
a
me smile every
creature
time.
just surgically putting in like something inside of a churro somehow.
That's how they get the sauce in there. That's how they get the cream
Yeah.
sauce in there.
You gotta have the churro surgeon do it. Yeah, the chirurgeon.
The chirurgeon, yeah. The thermaturge.
I call
yeah,
it
I like that too.
churros too. And then I get hungry. Oh no, apparently not. I'm stuck on thaumaturd. The thermaturd. They did a rollback yesterday for storage tabs. Taxes paid in full. First 2 tabs are blank now, and the last 2 tabs are still there. For a brief moment, I lost all tabs and then rollback. Oh wow, Penumbra! I didn't even know that.
That's kind of wild. Yeah, you went on a full roller coaster of emotions and materials there, didn't you?
Yeah. Oh my gosh.
Holy mackerel.
But yeah, I don't know. I don't know what I would be. I think following the Junko says churro surgeon must share the same universe as the Keebler elves.
The Keebler elves, yes.
Following the same vein as Basil the other day, I think I would probably turn into the bunny mount and terrorize Vertec with a bunny.
Because you're a meanie. Because you're super
because
meanie.
I think bunnies are cute and adorable, and you think they're ferocious and terrifying. Although
bunnies are evil. Rabbits are evil.
I didn't realize the grums were also bunnies technically.
Yeah,
So-
they are the true reflection of rabbits in this world.
Chappy! Welcome in.
Chappy.
Pockets of Stufferton Monster Coin. Absolutely. Hundreds of metal fragments are gone. Oh no, I'm sorry. Yeah, I mean, it sucks. That's a lot.
Yeah.
There's a lot of people that are in that same kind of boat though, with dropping or not knowing that they needed to get everything out of their bank, and then it just all disappeared. So yeah, it's unfortunate.
Yeah, that's what I said. Churro surgeon. Like surgeon.
Oh.
It's a churro surgeon.
I fell asleep because I'm an old man. Where did you fall asleep?
You know, old man, they be falling asleep anywhere and everywhere. Probably in the middle of eating a soup.
My grandfather would be watching NASCAR 1 second and snoring the next, and we'd turn off the TV and he'd wake up and he was like, I was watching that. I was like, right, that's where the snoring came from, right? I got home from work and touched the couch and died. I mean, there's been a couple of times I slipped and fell and hit my head on a pillow and woke up many hours later.
Got taken out.
Yeah, he was just sleeping till the good part. Yeah, exactly. Oh my gosh.
But yeah,
but for those of you that are also not Dusty, you are also welcome to tell us what you would like to be if you were to be a Monster Coin event. What creature would you terrify the tavern with? Maybe, you know what'd be kind of fun? Random ass idea, but a lot of us like D&D. What if I got together a list of things that people would terrorize the tavern with and make a one-shot out of it?
Oh my lord. Be a crazy
And
one shot
there's
for sure.
Waves of like monster coin events.
You see, but then we're gonna get so many people coming up with so many absolutely random things. It's gonna be absolutely bananas.
I'm just saying, a Grem named Chaffee. Honestly, I want to be a Leviathan and attack boats, make someone a tiny rowboat absolutely shite themselves. I can't wait until the deep sea stuff is in. Because right now, sure, if you're in the tropics, you could totally swim underneath and hide from people. But that's only gonna fly until they add deep sea creatures. And now you're choosing between being fishy food or being the person attacking the caravans.
Let me see. I can't wait for the open sea stuff to come out and for somebody else to build a ship that I can experience.
I'm like,
because
I'll be a cleric on your ship, but I don't want to own the ship.
yeah. I'll sail with you as long as it's your ship and not mine.
Hey man.
Can you imagine that though? Like, how many people are gonna make it their career to sit down in the underrealm in those little canals going from continent to continent, just waiting for someone to go through because they're trying to avoid getting on the water up above? But they just like find a dark corner in one of the trails from one continent to another and watch a movie while they just wait for some caravans to roll by and just jump them in the middle.
Yeah, everyone until they lose their boat like caravans.
Yeah.
Ooh, do you think there would be... Okay, so we've confirmed Braidwood as being the T3 caravan thing, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Do you think as you increase the type of caravan or add more things to your caravan that you could essentially upgrade from a small little raft to like a cargo boat? If you upgraded your caravan enough.
I could see it being something a little bit bigger if you end up getting maybe the equivalent of like a tier 3. I think, like, not tier 3, but like above Braidwood. I'd say one above Braidwood. I could see it, the little tiny raft being a little bit bigger.
But by the way, for those of you that are just joining us, we were talking earlier about a bunch of PTR updates. Vertec and I tested out on the PTR just the other day. And we didn't spoil as much as we possibly could, but we did highlight some really cool stuff that might be coming to live here soon if they make it past the PTR. So if that interests you, we also do a stream over on YouTube, and the VOD is always available at also higher quality there. So any caravan river thing still needs to be something with low draft in the water. Yeah. I don't know, Chaffee says, if they are in Lineth, but you can buy Braidwood caravans on Vira. They just expensive and most are too afraid to run them. Oh, we've already been running them over on Lineth. Like people have been like getting their Braidwood caravans, and then the caravans are getting sacked, so they lost a bunch of gold. Like,
yeah, people have lost their Braidwoods already. They were brave, and they did not win the bet.
No. I've read the real ocean, so verified is not verified. Why did I say that? Vera is the closest I'm going to get to deep water. Yeah, that's fair. It's fair. Give me my ocean content.
Until you get attacked by the Leviathan, then you'll never go back in the ocean again.
It becomes Subnautica. Ashes meets Subnautica.
Yeah.
6G is okay. 15G is scary. Yeah.
Well, once you start outfitting the whole thing, oof.
I'm just saying, doesn't that also increase a lot of the cargo space? So you're allowed to carry a lot more with that, which means if, in theory, you're able to get it from point A to B, it'll be worth it. Just saying. Please, no AOC Subnautica.
Yeah, Penumbra, that happened to me too. There was 2 in a row I ran. I want to say
I've
they
done
were
my
both
3.
from Nuela, but they were definitely both to the tropics. Like 2 directly in a row just disappeared after turn in. It did the countdown, the caravan disappeared, and then I realized the caravan actually disappeared.
And then
And
also
now I
in the
can't.
desert, that's happening.
Yeah, now I can't add a beast of burden to any of my caravans now. None of them.
Yeah. Womp womp. At some point, what we might need to do is if you lose your Willow caravan, just delete all of your caravans and maybe start fresh with a new one and see if that one fixes it. I don't know. I had my caravan go under the water twice and scared the shit out of me. I've had the caravan just completely disappear and then reappear in the water. That scared me. My Willow went poof after one run. Oh no, Chappie. What about the caravan teleport to Mira Carfenbug? Oh my gosh, yes.
Yeah,
they
that's
fixed it, and I don't think they actually did.
No. Me and Paranot, we both had that happen to us recently. So.
Oh no.
Maybe the one bug did get fixed, but now there's another.
Honestly, like it feels like once per run that's happening. I don't know if it's a reduced amount now. Maybe whatever bug they try to fix was like mostly fixing it, but I don't know if it's lowered from like once per run being randomly in Carfin. But hey, if that's where you were trying to go, congratulations, you did it. Sourcap, thank you for the follow. Welcome in. You know damn well someone is eventually going to try a no dry land run where they immediately sprint to the ocean and try to spend their entire character time out there. Oh, absolutely. And we already kind of see something like that with like Winstead to Mirleth, where they kind of immediately get on the water and then go down the water to Mirleth and turn in from the water.
Yeah.
I wish I would teleport into the tower. That would be so funny. No, it would not be funny.
It would be horrible.
Congratulations.
No.
Not only did you randomly get TP'd to Carfin, but now you're murdered by this zombie that ate your face immediately.
Just land in the middle of the 4th floor.
Oh my gosh. Can you imagine? No thanks. No thanks.
And you're flagged, so you, like when you're in the tropics. So would you lose
stuff? Yeah, that too. And now the flag hangs out for a minute too.
Don't even like get me started on that one.
Yeah. When we got teleported, I was flagged. I was like, oh no, unflagged. Oh no.
Oh no.
Yeah, that's a stay away from everybody.
Probably
moment.
pirates. Very possible. Very possible. Is that the Knight of Knee, by the way? Because if
that
so,
is the
I
Knight of
like
Knee.
your name. I like your name.
He be the knight who says knee.
Knee. Played back in Arcage Beta. I did not play any Arcage, but the basic sloop you could had a ballista on the front with a grapple. We would do what we would do is shoot it straight down to the ocean floor and pull our ship straight down to the bottom and then release it so that the physics engine slammed us up into the skybox.
That's kind of crazy.
Alaya, if you do that, please record. I would love to see that, and I would love to make that part of our like list of shenanigans that happened during the alpha as the starting video, because I eventually want to get people's submissions of like random bugs that they've come across that's just silly. And then
I'm just imagining a boat playing Spider-Man across a map. Just swinging from mountain to mountain.
I would harpoon myself across the continent and use it like a horse. You're welcome. I have a recording of it somewhere. I'll see if I can find it. Okay, that'd be cool. But I'm just also meaning specifically in Ashes so that we could use it as an entry video for Ashes stuff. But I would love to just see it in general if you want to put it in our Discord. Which, by the way, quick Discord plug. If you liked our conversation so far, we are looking for more people to come hang out with us after the show in our Discord channel, which is a neutral zone. We have a lot of different content creators and guilds and just people in the community on in general. as our podcast guest every Saturday, and we really love discussing Ashes of Creation and other games as it relates, and just kind of understanding everybody else's perspective on things. So we're pretty chill. I will say most of the time it is pretty quiet in our Discord, and I try not to ping everyone a whole lot. So just if you want to pop on by and hang out at the tavern, there's your open invite.
Yeah.
And also, if you're enjoying this and want to see when we go live, don't forget to hit the notification bell. And welcome in, Sutsuma. Thank you for the follow. Appreciate it. I love that you have to clarify that it's a neutral zone. Yeah, so do you want to give the backstory on that one?
Oh, you go ahead. You're on a roll. You're on a roll.
We want to make the tavern in game be a neutral zone. So like if anybody is fighting, let's say pirates are fighting with, I don't know, envious, and there's a pirate and an envious dude in our tavern, we're the neutral zone. There's no fighting in our neutral zone. And I'd like to try and get some pretty good PvP people hired on as bodyguards at the tavern, so that way when you're there playing tavern games and things like that, if anybody starts crap at the tavern, you're gonna get kicked out.
I mean, they might accidentally find an extra tax on the food, but
yeah,
even no fighting against feds. Yes.
Yep, even no fighting against feds. We're a neutral zone. But yeah, that and our podcast is also a neutral zone. We've already discussed it with our guild leader, and she's very open and welcoming of our podcast being its own entity and not the property of Nexus. Mainly because we kind of had our podcast before we had a Nexus, and this is like our thing that Vertek and I built after meeting each other in Discord for Ashes. So it's a special little place for us. So.
CCC.
We hope you'll come enjoy the tavern. And I promise, if you are on our server and we have a tavern, we will have food and alchemy things available for purchase. And if you bring us materials to make said things, you may or may not get extras as a thank you. I really hope I said the right country. I think you did, Oracle. I think you did.
I think you're right.
But yeah, do you have anything else that you're wanting to discuss, Mr. Vertek?
No, I think we kind of covered everything that I was looking to chat about tonight. Unless someone else comes up with something, how about yourself there, Thogly? Did you have any burning topics?
Burning topics.
Yes, anything you're just like, oh, I need somebody to talk to about this.
Yeah, do you guys think that it's gonna be a same situation where everyone rolled dwarves? Do you think that the whole of the servers are just gonna roll rogue, and there's not gonna be many other archetypes out?
There are.
I'll let you answer first.
Okay. I honestly, I see between 1/4 and 1/3 of a server is gonna roll rogue as soon as it comes out. The starting zone is going to be littered with nothing but rogues for a good week or two.
I would agree. I think that there's probably going to be a good number of people who maybe, because let's think about this. You know, Penumbra mentioned we're like, what, 9 weeks in? We're like, I don't know, 5 weeks in?
Yeah, actually, no, I think we are.
1, 2, 3 is the 10th. 4, 5, 6, about 6 weeks in, 5 to 6 weeks in. We're 5 to 6 weeks in. There's a lot of us already at 25 that kind of no life to the beginning or, you know, kept up with people pretty quickly and got up to 25 within that 6 weeks, which is reasonable. They're either done looking for more gear, or they're bored of looking for more gear and what they currently can do, and would probably like to try rogue just to see what rogue's like. But I don't think that they would drop their main for rogue necessarily. But there's a lot of people that are waiting for rogue because that's what they want to main.
Mm-hmm.
So there's actually, I know at least 2 people in our guild that have been kind of AFK because they're waiting for Rogue to come out so that they don't burn themselves out before Rogue gets here. And I was kind of hoping we were going to hear some about Rogue on, well, actually, we might still hear something about Rogue on Friday.
Yeah.
Because
Yeah, there's still a
rogues
live stream
have
this month.
some sort of connection to treasure maps? Aren't they supposed to be like better at treasure maps somehow?
I thought they were
Hello.
Oh,
better
it makes
at
sense.
Welcome in.
Unlocking
Hello,
things.
Yugen. I'm going to
I don't
pretend
know,
that I
I just-
pronounced that perfectly.
I just heard something about rogues and treasure maps and some sort of benefit to being a rogue and opening a treasure map. So I'm kind
Okay.
of wondering if they're going to sneak in some hidden updates about rogue.
They did say that this update's going to be a huge update, so
There were so many
Mm,
bottoms in your
mhm.
statement there. There's so many of them.
Can't do
What are you
it,
afraid to buy in there, Yugen?
Yeah, just curious. And I mean, Jedi Drive By says, "Don't be, the game is great." I can agree. Night of Knee says, "I better drop a certification and pick up some leatherworking." Definitely might want to do that. Laylesh Tara says, "You can't do anything wrong with buying, but don't forget it's an alpha." And I will say one post I saw was this person. I think he got really frustrated finally at people who were like complaining after spending $100 on alpha. And
Just saying, there's already at least
like-
one test case of that around here. Can prove it's possible.
Oh my gosh. I can't hide. There's nowhere for me to go right now. I'm
No.
just gonna move on.
Should I turn
in
your camera
topics. Yeah, you know what? I can do that kind of. But yeah, honestly, like people were like frustrated that people were complaining about like the state of the alpha. We're in an actual alpha and there's a lot of bugs and stuff, but we also have the ability to do things like, for those of us with access to PTR, test them before they go live. For those of us with access to live, do a bunch of bug reports, give your feedback. They're always asking for feedback.
Mhm.
But yeah, there are betas as well. Just joking, go on. What classes would you like to have added in the future? See, I don't know. Druid for me, but I don't think that's a long ways away. I want Druid.
I
Yeah,
have a
see,
feeling Summoner. I think Summoner is gonna kind of give you that a little bit.
Like a summoner secondary, yeah.
Yeah.
yeah, Jedi. I'm guessing you're asking, like, in addition to what's already announced with for the archetypes, the tank, summoner, rogue, ranger, mage, fighter, cleric, bard.
Yeah,
Like
because
an extra one
I'm
on top of those?
cleric already. He says, yeah.
Because yeah, those man, I don't even know, because we were actually talking about this at one point. I think it was like a year and a half ago. We had a half an episode on that, like how much how much of a difficult challenge would it be to add a new archetype? Because you're not just adding one thing, right? You're adding
Right.
basically you're adding 15, because you're going to add that one archetype 8 times over and then 7 more times down,
Secondary.
and then like
Yeah.
itself again. It's oh my gosh, it's going to be so intense to try to add something
I
like
could
that in, but that
see-
could be almost a whole expansion. Like that's half the content
yeah.
of an expansion right there.
That's going to be a lot of testing on PTR to make sure that the rock, paper, scissors is working properly with that. And a lot of other things. But yeah, I mean, Knight of Knee says cleric ranger would be druid-like. And I think there's a few that could be druid-like. It depends on which flavor of druid that
You know
you'd
what they
like to
could
have.
do though? Instead of calling it a
Mhm.
druid, they could call it like a naturalist.
Oh,
'Cause
kind of
then
like
you
Guild
could-
Wars, I think.
We'll just call it like a
I don't know, that sounds
naturalist. That way
similar.
everything about them is based around like nature and this and that and the other.
Nature.
Mhm.
But then it's going to tie into the secondary archetypes to have, a double naturalist is your druid,
True,
or
true,
Yeah.
yeah.
the naturalist and a cleric and such like that. But maybe one of its things
Cleric
could end up being that
ex-naturalist.
it excels at doing things like alchemy and herbalism. Maybe it would
Farming.
actually
Interesting.
impact, have
Monk,
like an impact
yeah,
on the artisan
samurai.
skills,
Mhm.
because that I could
Yeah,
actually
yeah.
see.
I don't know if they would do that far though, where like your artisan is affected by your adventuring level. But I'd be curious to see if they do ever plan something like that for sure.
I think it'd be kind of neat if they did something like that, like made an extra archetype that would actually have an impact on your artisan stuff.
Yeah.
Hmm.
I mean, Dancer is basically Bard already, and I played Dancer and White Mage in Final Fantasy, and then I played Holy Priest, Healing Cleric, or Healing Druid, and Healing Shaman in WoW primarily, with like Hunter and or Rogue as just a random extra character to play. But yeah. I don't know. I'm really curious. What about, so we got Monk, we got Samurai. I could see some of those, especially with the orc, the other orc. Become the dark.
Become the dark.
Yes, become the dark.
I'm a healer in every other MMO I've ever played, so I went Mage and Ashes. I love it so far. Yeah, and so that's like the other important thing is trying out, you know, different classes because it's a different game all in all, right? Rankai, yes, I could totally see a Rankai for Samurai. Could totally see that starting in like the Rankai, like you unlock this ancient hidden text in the Rankai archives about a samurai that once was.
Yeah.
It'd be race specific recipes instead of race specific professions. I don't really know about either of those. I like region specific more because then it's history based rather than race based.
I do kind of like the idea though that coming from Sanctus, where there was no magic and they grew up knowing the world, and we're crossing over into our old home that we know nothing about, and then we'd bring recipes from home and the areas we grew up in, etc. And if there was just some kind of a little bit of a bonus for like cooking your home style recipes or something.
I'm sorry. What YouTube? What are you? So strangingness, which I mean, accurate name. Says I'm interested in summoner since summoner is listed as support that can go for other roles. I don't know what that noise was. I tend to think support will be its primary role and maybe it'll be competitive as DPS. Yeah, so it's a swinging role. It could be support, it could be DPS. It's a jack of all trades, if you will. Maybe you'll be good at everything. And then I always wanted a fart mancer.
Oh gosh.
That's what made me like, what? That was
wait a minute. But
just in case we weren't paying attention.
Right. Yeah, the summoner, it's supposed to, if I recall correctly, like with the summoner, when you summon something, you give part of your actual power to the creature. So you become two things, but at weaker than two players. But you could, I think, and don't quote me on this, just because I think you were able to summon all of your creatures. You could have a tank, a DPS, and a healer creature. So there could be 4 of you out there on the map at once, just doing all the things.
Yeah.
Have your own little mini party
Jedi.
that's underpowered, but still your own little mini party.
I kind of hope that's not a thing.
Well, think about it. If you're divvying out your power to 3 other creatures and yourself, you're basically at a quarter power. So instead of being a level 20, you're really only running around as like a group of level 6s. So you're still going to get raffle stomped by a level 20 instead of you just being there by yourself, right?
Yeah.
I guess.
In theory.
I don't know. We'll see. Pocket says a bit delayed because I'm playing Arims, but would like to point out that Ashes is based on Archage and have 3 archetypes combinations rather than adding a new one. No, thank you.
Yeah.
I cannot imagine adding a 3rd one. Sutsuma says my mage is 25. And then I've got a bard, cleric, tank, ranger, all 10. Can't even make a fighter to try because he's like, there's 6 classes, but only 5 slots. And then Chappie says, I think Summoner will fit that 3rd slot. Paranout says, I'm scared of that adding a secondary archetype will take away the identity of the current classes, and I don't think so. One theory I have is the reason why they are starting to nerf tanks is because in phase 3, you'll get tank, and some of the stuff that you were getting with the tank will be given back to you if you choose tank as a secondary. So it's diluting it a little bit to allow for the extra abilities. That's just a theory I came up with.
Yeah.
Because otherwise I can imagine if you take a tank and then you add another tank on top of that, like with the augment, I don't know. I just imagine that being like super intense. But
do you know what else is super intense? Anybody adding tanks as their secondary and being able to get damage mitigation added to their abilities.
Yeah, but not nearly as much as a tank would primary. Jedi says, do you think they'll ever do a hardcore server? I think the players made their own hardcore server.
Pyro is the hardcore server right now.
Yeah. And Guggen is asking if we have characters that we're currently testing. And if so, let me go back up a little bit. Which race? And I'm currently playing a Vec cleric. And Vertec here.
Sorry?
I guess I'm answering for him. Vertec here is playing a Vec tank.
Oh yeah.
So you just give your power to pets, not summons. It's on the wiki.
Okay. Yeah.
Thank you,
that's
Nima.
right. Yeah, that's right. It was the battle
pets.
pets.
A big change, just saying.
Yeah, that being said, yeah. But I want to be Pirate just in case. Like, I'm putting that out there. End goal, Pirate, just not currently available.
That's right, because for summons, the summoner in your summons, you have to actually spend skill points to be able to get them out. And then you spend more skill points to make them more powerful. So
yeah, and Strangingness says, Steven said whatever your secondary as summoner will dictate your role. So how my brain thinks about it is like summoner will be support. Like you're gonna need to go summoner mage to be DPS. I think that's going the right direction. I think that's what he meant for it. Yeah. And summoner cleric means that you might be more of a healy support. Summoner bard, you're more of a CC. Yeah. I just will not play a summoner main because like the summoner cleric is not going to heal nearly as well as a cleric main would. But cleric summoner, however, curious. I will play solo self-found hardcore at launch, but don't want to get wiped on the character. That's fair. Pockets likes the hardcore games. There's some current guild relations that may make Vira Desert very safe in the coming days. Nothing official yet, but conversations are happening. Oh man.
Okay.
I'm not holding my breath.
Fingers crossed for you, Vira folks. Beck Tank, what secondary out of curiosity?
I am keeping myself completely open to that one. Strangingness. I'm not trying to like pigeonhole my mind in one direction or another because there's so many that look interesting really. Like when I was playing Wildstar, I loved the engineer, which was like a range tank. So I kind of like the idea of tank mage being able to do a little bit more on the range side of things and to be able to like get a little bit extra range to cast out the wall even further, to be able to get the say, or even with a ranger maybe, be able to get the chains to reach out farther and grab somebody, or you know, in its current state to get it to succeed more often because you shoot it with a bow.
Don't look at Twitch chat.
Yeah. GoFundMe for Wildstar 2.
He already saw it. No.
Yeah. Get a GoFundMe for Nexus Forever because not related to Guild Nexus, by the way.
Hi, Gwen.
Just trying to revamp and revive Wildstar.
But if you're ever a stock guest, you can always switch it. Yeah, true. Like the secondaries are supposed to be swappable, right?
Yeah, the secondaries are supposed to be swappable, but here's the thing, and to be honest, ranging this tank is probably where I'm going to end up at for the most part, because Stevens flat out said that if you want to be a tank, your most powerful is the tank. If you want to be a something, your most powerful is to double up on that primary archetype, and everybody else is secondary for flavor.
That being said, Chavi said if my theory on tank is right, that means cleric's next.
Cleric's gonna be next for
the secondaries are tank and cleric for phase 3 beginning, so that means like we're gonna get
nerf cleric.
No, don't nerf cleric.
Nerf mage.
Nerf mage too, yes. Nerf mage.
Mage needs a big nerf.
As a mage,
maybe that's what I'll do. When everybody starts going rogue, I'm going to make a mage, because it should still be super powerful. And then I'll have the ISR on to keep me safe.
There you go.
There you go. Mage had nerf back to back, yeah. Nerf all others, but not the cleric.
Still strong.
Not the cleric. I need a cleric strong. Strong heals. You look, not nerfing my heals means I keep you alive in dungeons and raids better. Just saying. Vote for Chibi for good heals. I don't know. Mage Shatter got about 30% total nerf this patch. Yeah, we were just talking about that earlier. They nerfed my ball. They come in for your Shatter next. Cleric is going to need a buff if they don't want me falling asleep at the keys. I think they need to figure out a little bit different way of doing Cleric, because yeah, it is kind of predictable. And as Vertec is finding out playing Cleric on his ult, like when the going gets tough, like you're literally just healing. You're straight up healing. Because if you DPS a little bit, like that's life or death literally for your entire group.
Well, I was also staring off onto the side looking through. I think at that time I was comparing.
No, yeah. I'm just saying that's just the beginning. Like a lot of the times when we were in harder content, when you were dying is when I was trying to help with like doing some like damage at all to try and get more mana, and you're like, why am I dying so much? It's because I literally stopped focus healing, only just healing. I had to try to do a little bit DPS again.
Well, yeah, Chavi, but that was to make a point. I don't remember what the point was, but there was a point to it. Okay.
No, Chavi. Don't worry, Chappy. When you get to the higher levels, I won't let you die. Why you hate me, Vertec? I suck already. I can't be nerfed. Yeah, it's not really about you in particular, friend. It's about him getting two-shot by mage.
Yeah, man, I can get myself buffed up and have like 5,600 and some odd health, and I'll still get melted in less than 5 seconds. It's less than 5 seconds by a single mage.
Fair enough. I'm gonna need all your raptor carcasses to pockets.
Like, that's what a tank is supposed to be able to do, is survive, right?
Okay, maybe for you, Chaffee, maybe for you, but you saw with your own 2 eyes, Vertec was on his level 25, okay?
Yeah, the 8 shot, some of those shots were ticks of extra damage, like not actual skill uses though.
Yeah.
Because it was like, what the heck was it? It was ice, lightning, fire, and I was dead.
Oh man.
Or no, it was ice, lightning, fire is what it was.
I think if we had that thing where you could be like record the last 10 seconds or like last minute of gameplay, that would have been able to get you that footage. But I don't know.
I was able to find the logs with Chaffee's assistance, because I found the logs last night.
Okay.
But I didn't think they were the right logs.
Too?
What's up?
Oh, I was kind of asking Chaffee if Planendorf wants the logs as well. Like, would that be helpful for Planendorf? Syjack says, need the dubs to pivot away from their enchanting system just being a copy pasta uninspired plus stat grind that completely unbalances PvP. I think enchanting should active PvE flagged only and should somehow augment your character's armor to give new flavor and ability effects to play with. I think, remember, this is like the very, 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 very basic version of enchanting. Like we are just like I say we like I'm a dev. I'm not a dev. I'm a long-term supporter, but I'm not a dev. Hey Scorn, I agree.
No.
But you know, yeah, planting those. Okay, you're like, yeah. I'm just saying early, just early on. It would be nice. It'd be nice. Yeah, I hear you. But like, just for people who maybe aren't aware, like, don't take what you see right now as final product. None of this is final product. It's all starting. We're tiny little seeds with a baby, little tiny stalk, not even fully peeked out of the ground yet. We haven't even started to blossom. Not even close. We're almost there. I think the more that we're getting this feedback and testing in, the more Intrepid's able to update these things and make it more cool. So super excited for that. But yeah, I'm excited to see what enchanting ends up becoming. It'd be cool. Because I would love to be able to enchant for specific things. Like I want to enchant my weapons to help me do better healing or something like that. So if there's this thing that has better magical power, but it doesn't have intellect or something like that, I'd want to be able to enchant that onto there. That'd be cool. Hopefully with the new resources, we start to get the system where we can get gear and have different stats at least. I would love to also see the breakdown of gear and what that gives you. Where like if you get gear in a raid area or a open world dungeon area or like a pocket dungeon and you don't want it, you could break it down for materials. That'd be cool.
Yeah, strangingness bonuses from different racial effects and whatnot are only going to be basically flavor for your primary skills, and that's it. They started as like whatever race you were would have different seeds to different stats. That way you would end up as you level up, you got more, say, intellect as a intellect as a, or intelligence rather, as a Vec, or you know, more dexterity as an elf. But they moved away from that plan fairly early on.
Yeah, I think now it's mainly like your world around you is affected by your race. So like if there's 1,001 Vec in Miraleth might become a Vex city. So yeah, things like that. Sidejack says, yeah, I think enchanting could be a massive tool for PvE progression. I agree. So Paranaut asks, with the development roadmap, the update rotation is desert, tropics, desert. What more do you want to see out of the tropics? I'd like to see any nodes out of the tropics to start with for myself. I think it's really cool to be able to go and turn in a caravan there, but I'm really curious to see what kind of farmables, like materials you're able to get out there, as well as like what kind of cool, like I would love to see an underwater dungeon, maybe not like fighting under the water, but where you kind of like with the Citadel still doing, you have to go under the water to access the dungeon. I think that could be really cool.
Imagine accessing a dungeon with like inside a volcano, but you had to go under the island to get to it.
Yeah, something like that would be super cool. And then unfortunately, because it's a volcano, there's a bunch of fire guys there, and then they kill you because they're fire guys and they're overtuned. Let's build that Lawless. Like Black Fathom Dust from WoW. Yeah, kind of like that, Paranaut. Give me some dang story arcs. I want some lore. Me too, Chaffee. Me too. Junko
and yeah,
says,
strangingness. That's something I always thought was worthwhile, is actually having racial, or at least background, like you said, like was being said, like background like choices. Yeah, exactly.
D&D and Pathfinder. Yeah, I would love that. That would be super
like,
cool.
I'm choosing as an artisan skill mining and smithy and
VMC Phoenix Fire. Thank you.
Phoenix Fire. Cheers. Thank you so much. Cheers to you.
I unfortunately do not have a drink upon me, but I shall cheers for you on Saturday. On behalf of this wondrous huzzah moment. But yes, no, I think that would be really cool, is if you're chosen, but this would kind of make it be where you have to choose what you're going to be focusing later.
And that's fine by me.
Or I guess it would just adjust, kind of like taking on and putting off gear. Like adjust your stats. If you decide you don't want to be a farmer anymore, you lose the 10 strength, something like that, maybe.
Man, see,
Isn't
I
that
think
a character
to
story system a replacement of racial buffs? I think so. Maybe.
is there? I don't remember
I don't know.
seeing anything about
I don't
that.
remember that. But
I just know
But,
that
um,
there's like I think that there's specific story quests that are available for your race.
yeah, there's a
I
specific.
think that's what he's referring.
Yeah, there's a specific quest line, and if a race just actually follows that quest line,
Oh my gosh, Chaffee.
Javi, thank you.
Thank
Cheers to you,
you.
friend. Thank you
Huzzah,
for the
friend.
bits.
Huzzah.
Wow.
I
they're
bear.
gonna have a little bit of a bonus in that meta story game that they're gonna be doing with the completion of that quest.
Yeah. Mage Summoner does sound interesting, strangeness. Junko says, do you guys know if they plan to have controllable creatures like to fight with, or is it all mount related? There will be some like mounted combat, but we were talking earlier about Monster Coin. Quinn, thank
Quinn,
you. Huzzah.
thank you so much.
Appreciate you, friend.
Very much appreciated.
There's me drinking my little mead for you. Hype train indeed. Hype train indeed. I heard we're doing a shot on Saturday. Oh Lord. Okay.
I mean, I think that confirms the rumor.
I think so. I think Chaffee, you just did like that thing where you roll the dice for persuasion and then casually slides over 2 gold, stares at the bartender.
Phoenix is in. All right.
That's what I hear. Great to talk to you guys and read the chat, by the way. Oh, of course. Thank you for dropping by.
Exactly. It's great to have the
your thoughts
conversation.
as well. Phoenix Fire
Absolutely.
season. Sounds good.
I'm
Sounds
in.
good. We'll start off the show with that. There you go.
Oh man, do a warm up.
I'm just saying, what better way, right? We're in a tavern.
I know. I'm gonna have to get
Yes,
some more
there
mead
is a wild
though.
Dogly.
Oh man, we're almost to the point. As soon as we get the insurance money back from the flooding, that's
Yeah.
one of the first things I want to do is start getting more mead going.
Phoenix Fire,
Yeah.
thank you.
Thanks, Fire. Thank you for that.
Good,
Thank
good.
you.
Huzzah, good friend. Huzzah. Are you excited for node sieges? I am excited.
Mhm.
I'm more excited to see the drama unfold and figure out which node people are sieging first.
I'm excited to
That's
see
what
the
I'm here
guild
for.
sieges come back, or the guild wars come back once
Vortex.
yeah, once they actually get
Yeah.
that delay spun up, or that spin up delay
Yeah.
added.
Yeah,
Same.
that would be great. Oh my gosh, you guys! I need to put a new goal. I don't know what to put for the goal. I don't like the idea of my bank being raided. Oh no! Did you all talk about the siege drama on Vyra? Siege drama on Vyra? Did we talk
I
about
talked
Oh,
that?
a little
no.
bit about it with the
little
one from Nova that did the node
Mhm.
draw. Yeah, that one.
Yeah.
That
Yeah, I
sucked,
mean,
yeah.
if you're talking about like the older stuff, yeah, we've talked about that on other shows, not today. But yeah, the one where just someone kept spamming them.
Yeah.
To leave them
Oh,
unnamed.
wasn't that Polar?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know anything about Polar. I'm not throwing shade. I'm just asking, like, confirmation. This is different.
Uh-oh, Chaffee. I'm
I'm scared. Well, Chaffee, you know where the queue is. If you want to come
Yeah.
spill the tea.
Chaffee's got some tea.
Just left New Ayla and didn't realize if you renounce citizenship, you lose paid storage
Oh,
slots.
no.
Yes.
Yes, you do.
Honestly,
Ah.
you're supposed to just lose access to them. You're not supposed to actually lose them, but unfortunately there are a couple of bugs going around where you also lose them, unfortunately. So yeah. It's 4 guilds on Vyra that needed straight up be banned. Yeah, I said it. I mean, yeah. People are gonna exploit. I'm just gonna say that if they can, they'll do it. If there's a will, there's a way, you know. But it's what you do with the exploit that matters. Like report it. Sure, I'll
more
pop
drama
in.
is
It was
different.
pretty good. Okay, I'm here for the tea. Polar spammed guild war decks after getting off from an intrepid employee in DMs. The node war drama is different. Gotcha. Yeah, I did hear about that though, because I think it was Nice that we watched Vertec, where he also interviewed
Fuller.
the guild lead of Fuller after.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. If I became a citizen there again, I'll get my. Yeah, you should.
You should.
In
You
phase
should.
1,
Fingers crossed.
in phase 1 we had a problem where all the mayors suddenly weren't mayors, and so you lost citizenship, and that's how I know that you're, I think, supposed to not lose your items there, just access to them. And once we reinstated a mayor, I got access to my stuff again, and that, yeah. So like that's how that should work in theory. But yeah, it's also, you know, alpha bugs be alpha bugs. Oh, we got a Chaffee entering the tavern.
Hello, Chaffee. How are you?
Good. First off, Dogly, it was great to see you RP into the forge for the first time.
Yeah, we're not even completely doing that 100% yet. We're just getting started. So
Yeah, we're just dipping our toes too.
Okay.
So the drama is a certain guild, and I don't want to draw attention to them. Basically came out and said if anybody works on a scribing bench to get level 20 enchants, they're going to siege that. They're just straight up monopolizing it and saying we're gonna siege you.
Oh dang. You said level 20 enchants, right?
Yeah.
Does that mean that you guys have the journeyman scribe?
Yeah.
So that's what they're stopping. They're saying anyone who pushes to journeyman scribe, we will destroy you, essentially.
I can tell you kind of a spoiler on that.
I like spoilers.
My server, Lineth, went ahead and pushed scribe to journeyman, and there were no level 20 enchants to be bought anywhere.
So you can't even enchant level 20 gear right now?
Can't even.
There's nothing on the vendor, and you can't make them without also journeyman alchemy.
Yep. So choose
Okay,
wisely.
so you can still make them. You just need alchemy combined. You just can't buy
You
them.
need both to be journeyman. Ooh, we got a hype chest. What did we get? I got a
Oh
little
my gosh.
dancing
What is that?
man thing. I don't know, but it's cool.
I've never seen a loot chest before. Or hype chest. It's crazy.
It's called Danger Dance.
Danger dance. He's
I
getting
like
shot
it.
at.
Oh my
Little-
gosh. But yeah, so
Full of
we
dodging.
on our server, Overlord is in charge of Miraleth, and they pushed level 3 scribe, and nobody else pushed anything to do with laboratory. So that's the only like laboratory that's even there, let alone level 3. And yeah, you need to have your miners be journeymen to get, I think, the tier 3 stuff, so that the alchemists can turn that into inks, so that the scribes can turn that into enchants.
I got
Wow.
one question, Chavi.
Yeah.
Is it the guild that's within that node of the scribe area?
Yes. Yeah, because they're
Oh.
also not pushing their
Dang it.
own because they're holding it hostage.
Okay, I know it is.
And Sitsuma says, theoretically on Vyra, Halcyon and Sunhaven will have alchemy and scribe both journeymen, but that's a long ways away. And I'm just saying, plenty of time for that ammunition if people are trying to take them down. But I'm also excited for vassal nodes to become a thing, because then you can siege the vassal, like the parent vassal.
Yeah, and see, that's only going to be doable once they actually release like the vassal thing, and then there's going to be a super race towards. Now just thinking of it, because of where the big raids are that people are spending the most time like gaining actual experience on stuff, which one do you think is going to level up first? Which one's going to hit 4?
Like our server or their server?
Either server, just because of the things are identical, right, as far as content out there goes right now. So you got Carfin, right? And then you got Steel Bloom, but those are basically the two biggest areas right there. Like, because the Befallen is like not in. They might expand the one of the nodes to encompass Befallen, maybe.
Yeah, I can see that right now.
Either
we only have
Vyra
access
or
to, like, 30%
Jova.
of them. Yeah, Jedi we do only 30-ish%. I say closer to like maybe 10% of the map, actually. I don't know about growing, but 10%-ish.
I would say probably Mirrorless, just thinking about for our Vyra, just because that's what happened. Like,
yeah,
in first like day and a half, Mirrorless was level 3 on our server.
Yeah, I think Mirrorless beat Winstead to 3, but we also helped push Mirrorless. Someone mentioned going something different for Ashes class-wise. I'm thinking about Rogue a lot. Such a big PvP-centric world having stealth option. Yeah, it does. It does. But yeah, a lot of chat agrees with you about Mirrorless for both, because Carfin's in Mirrorless. And a lot of people are doing Carfin right now. Or like the what do you call that? Not the remnants, but the wreckage of Carfin.
Too.
I'm trying to remember on the map. Does Mirrorless have Highwayman Hills, or is that Winstead?
That's Winstead.
That's Winstead.
Mirrorless has.
So they got Oakenbane now. Yeah.
And they have so they have like the level 12s and 13s, and they got the level 25s, 2025s. I think they
definitely have the high speed.
Have to. The vassal system wouldn't work otherwise. What was the question? Do you think we'll get vassal nodes without them restarting the nodes back down to 0?
No.
I mean,
I don't think so.
You think that they would restart the servers back to 0 and then we'd see vassals?
Yeah, I think that they'd want to see the race to level 4, just for test.
I don't know if your nodes ended up having to be leveled by Steven, but ours did. I'd love to see what that looks like without any meddling from a dev.
I don't think ours was touched.
No, ours wasn't touched, but I honestly think that if they want to see the natural progression of what node's going to get vassalization, that they would probably level it to 0 and see people fighting and contributing to it to get those numbers.
Yeah,
I would assume what's going to happen naturally, without including desert nodes, is someone's going to vassalize New Ayla like right away. That place is just so in
but
the
that's
dust.
what a node siege is, Suitsuma.
Yeah.
Suitsuma says hot take, but I don't think node destruction comes online in phase 2. I think node sieges will come soon, but I don't think destruction will happen. But that's what a siege is. A siege is the destruction of the node.
Yeah.
I love it. D levels it down to 0, right? And makes it a ruin?
I believe so. Yeah. It puts it in a ruined state for a bit. Yeah. And I think honestly that's what the PTR is for, testing a lot of that stuff. I mean, if you think about it, we're just 1 month a little over into phase 2. Look at how much is already being added,
The
vassal, though,
a scary place.
I thought vassal was supposed to be P2.
Yeah, that's what I was actually looking up right now, because I couldn't remember if it was supposed to be phase 2 or phase 3. I think phase 3, but if Phoenix Fire knows it for sure, then
pockets. I feel that.
Yeah, it was supposed to be phase 2, but it definitely got pushed. I think from one of Steven's live streams that he did.
Okay. Correct, but I think they'll only implement the attack defend functionality, just like current guild and node wars rewards are disabled as TB, because this is why I thought this was why they had to wipe, because it was testing this. Okay. Did so much theory crafting on how vassalizing would have happened in phase 2, and I was beyond disappointed that it wasn't at the start of phase 2. Yeah, that's fair. I forgot that it got pushed. I just knew it was coming. I just didn't know if it was like for the beginning of phase 2 or like coming sometime during phase 2. But we're still only like a month in out of like 5 months.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, I think at some point it'd be a healthy thing before phase 3 hits if they introduced some fresh start servers. But then in phase 3 they just nuked everything back down. After seeing how the original ones keep growing and how they continue to do things. And then also starting brand new with everything at phase 3, and just seeing now that the entire map is built out, how will this organically grow now? And hey there, Karthos, welcome on in.
I happened to have picked a black outfit today, and I was like, all right, you can't really tell where my hair ends and my outfit begins, really. Not in this lighting. But
She's sniping it up.
I think we'll see. We'll see.
What do you think is going to
Sniping it
happen
up.
on Linus when sieges come online?
Oof. I think there's going to be many sieges in many different directions.
Yeah, I think there's. I mean, I don't think you can have multiple sieges at once, but I could see one of two things. Fed seems to have it out for Nexus, but also pirates seem to have it out for Fed. So.
Fed has it out for everybody, to be honest. Like, they're all about... Their literal motto is Fed or dead.
Yeah. Just a floating face.
That is funny.
What do you think
I didn't
the
know that.
increase of decoy caravans? I mean, I could see it, definitely. But immediately going to hit AP. Yeah, I was like either us or AP. But I could totally see AP trying to get a handle on that as well. We did have a number of people in our guild who did not have PTR access, but did get Tomorrow's Siege play test access also. There's hope that other non-PTR people got access. That's awesome.
Is that a thing? Should I be
I don't
checking
think
my
I
email?
Plan on a
Right.
cleric rogue. I would, yeah, I would check, I guess, your emails.
See if anything came out.
I don't know who got them, so. But yeah. Siege is only 100v100 and is already full with the wait list. Oh wow, okay. Or I was at least considering it. Oh, I was thinking Vertex said I should. He thought it would be up my play style alley. Only people with access already got in. Gotcha. They still want PTR access, and when Planin asked us if we could test it, I said, bro, you still haven't given me access yet. Yeah. Honestly. I'm
Yeah,
wondering
Trevor,
when they're
let me
gonna
give you money
increase
for
the
PTR.
PTR access. All with pirates right now is that they're too big and disorganized. They kind of need Thor, just have a focal point. Yeah, I see that planning gatekeeping me. Oh no, pockets. Oh
Womp
no,
womp.
not like this. Not like this.
I don't think they're too big and disorganized. I think they haven't been aimed at a target yet. It's kind of like, do what you're gonna do,
Agreed,
and
Susanna.
kind of mingle and do your things.
Yeah.
Just don't be a jerk. And then I think when tropics come out, they're gonna be aimed like a shotgun, and they're gonna take over the tropics. And when war decks are open again, and sieges open up and all that, I have a feeling they're gonna actually look very organized very quickly.
I tried pushing away the ad as much as I could. I'm sorry.
Karthos, that sounds about accurate.
What did he say?
I would assume they would, like you said, they'd be trying to push out to tropics, take everything, and then vassalize everything. Because they're probably trying to eventually get a metropolis whenever that comes online there.
Yeah. Karthos said, I heard
Karthos,
Fed called pirates a big doofus, and that pirates called Fed a dumb melon head. Sounds about right.
Yeah. But no, I think Planendorf is an awesome dev, and he's been super chill and hanging out in here, and it's really, really cool to have him like kind of geek over having us test different things on the PTR. But I really like a lot of stuff. It's really fun to have access to PTR, to be able to test some of the upcoming things, because then I can give my thoughts early on things. And kind of see the direction that they're heading before it comes to live. I really, 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 really like it. There's a guy named Planet Dwarf. No, Planendorf.
There is a guy on our server called Planendork.
Really? Love it.
That one's a good one.
Oh my gosh.
Karthos, planet dwarf. Is he really fat? Yeah.
We have so many sound clips of DA in our Discord. It's so much fun trolling him. Oh no. I got a Biz sound clip of planning the other day. It's great. Oh man. Wait, you've heard Planning? I've never heard Planning.
We've sound clipped when his character was AI'd and with the with the stones and the lumber.
Okay.
Back in, so every time he
yeah.
joins our Discord, we play that sound bit for him. He loves it.
Planendorf joined your Discord?
Every once in a while he does, yeah.
Man, I'm jealous. That's awesome. But this one
We'll
was
snap
from
him in
Discord, so
someday.
it's a bit different.
Well,
yeah.
actually, I think he's joined ours. He just doesn't. He hasn't popped into voice with us.
Discord, but he's never joined into the voice chat. But that's okay.
I think I only have Fubo in ours.
Yeah.
Fubo is awesome.
It depends. Like sometimes he's looking to test stuff.
Yeah.
And he's
yeah.
not Byra.
Yeah.
Of course. This one was from Discord, so it's a bit different. Yeah. Fair. Alrighty. Well, Vertec, I hate to do this to our wonderful people on Twitch because I tried to and failed to stop an ad, but is there anything else that you want to discuss?
Oh man,
We've been doing this for 2.5 hours at this point.
I was gonna say we went about an hour and a half over what we normally do. So
Yeah.
I thought it was late.
yeah.
It's-
I mean, not complaining. I'm just saying,
Not
conversation
at all.
carried, and I love it.
This has been very fun. Yeah.
Yeah. But
It's
no, I
just
think we
also-
covered pretty much everything, and then some. We had some bonus topics, especially with the tea spillage that occurred.
Yeah,
Nice.
definitely. Definitely. Sutsuma says we have devs with full access to the Envious Discord. That's why it makes me laugh when people accuse of hardcore exploiting. Gotcha. I'm headed to bed, but you can raid me somewhere for the night. Okay. We'll take you on a little raid caravan to somebody else's channel. You guys seem to go over when I'm around just by influence. Honestly, good conversation is good conversation. It's hard to miss out on that. And
It's
also
true.
welcome in all the new faces that we just got the wonderful chance to meet and chat with tonight. You guys have also been a great addition to our chats and things like that. And welcome back to the people that realize we're back. So yeah. Yeah, exactly, Sutsuma. Super excited for that. And
Oh,
honestly,
man.
I think that's what Planendorf's favorite thing is the reason to get people to be out in the desert. And I think he's super excited for that. So, yeah.
I can't wait to see what
Vertec,
he's
I
been
give
doing.
it away to you.
Let's see.
Hey, yo.
So yeah, trying to see who we can raid over to and get that all prepped up, because I mean that Adeptus Guilds thing, it's a like a 24/7 streaming, like previous videos from a bunch of other channels.
Yeah.
So we don't want to just drop
We
people
want
off
somebody
there.
who's going to be interactive and welcoming, like we are. Let me see if I can help you find somebody.
Oh my gosh, we got Demon Soul Games playing Phasmophobia.
Ooh, you know what? Have not heard from him at all this phase, but may not be bad. He also is interested in Ashes.
We have to poke him and remind him. I don't think he bought. Did he buy into the alpha? I think he only bought into the beta.
I have no idea what he got access to.
Oh, I forget.
But-
So we'll have to stop by and yeah, that's one of the people I was looking for there, Paranot. I was trying to see if
Yeah.
Turgo was on, but
Not
He's
sure
not.
Turgo is
He's
either.
not.
He's been playing a lot of other games though too, so
Mhm.
Yeah,
Demon
we
Souls?
gave him crap about it the other night.
nice.
so
Alright. And I'm
yeah,
starting
I
the
guess
raid
on the
over
way
to
out.
Demon Souls.
Since technically you two are our guests here, do you have any closing statements? Tell people where to find your guildy things or whatever the little projects you do. You got 3 sentences to do it each. Ready, set, go.
Yeah, if you guys want to hop on by, check me out. I stream, and we're just kind of waiting to get into some dwarven stuff, hopefully in the future. So maybe you guys can come check us out. Raid the Befallen Forge as a large raid of dwarves.
Yeah. Chaffee?
Yeah, we're so I'll plug the Black Talon in here. I'm on Vira. It's the Lore Forge podcast, and I'm the war chief, or not the war chief. I'm the one under Jibs. I'll PvP Jibs for that title one day. But if you ever see me rolling around on the server, feel free to Bakara me to join my guild.
All right, and before I
And-
roll us out of here, UGB.
I'm Chibi. I'm the co-host of the Golden Feather Tavern. If you like casual conversations like this, join us on Tuesdays and or Saturdays, and gameplay is on Mondays, and other stuff on YouTube.
Thank you everybody for swinging on by. Thank you for spending your time here. It is your most valuable commodity. You do not get
Welcome in,
refunds for it
aliens.
after you've spent it, so thank you so much for spending that time here. It means the world to us. Everybody have yourselves a fantastic day, and we'll catch you around next time. Bye.
See ya, Demon Souls.